Hello and welcome to Mojarto On Art. I'm Anu Subramanian. This week, we dive into the world of high fashion with Didier Lecoanet and Hemant Sagar, who have gone from Paris runways to Delhi streetwear. We also meet a young artist for whom painting is resistance. And we share some upcoming events happening in the art world with you. That and so much more tonight on Mojarto On Art. For our first story of the evening, let's meet the minds behind Lecoanet Hemant, a label that has been modernizing fashion for almost 4 decades. Now, they're trying to do the same right here in India. High fashion in India often doesn't go beyond elaborate saris at inaccessible prices, says Hemant Sagar, co-founder of Lecoanet Hemant, a Gurugram-based fashion design house. What India's couture scene requires, he says, is the technology of elegance.
Fashion in India is more like pretty clothes and it has to do with trends and things like that, but people are not into personal expression through clothes as yet, not at the level as in other countries. It's all variations around Indian traditions. That's what it is. And if you look at the world, there's so many new materials, smart materials, Lycra, all these different, Lycra is not even new anymore. and everyone's wearing it, and it's still like an outlandish thing in this country because it's like the culture is such a block to the country that we can't think ahead. We only have to think backwards. And I think it has something to do with an absolutely understandable respect for the elders and for the elder generation and tradition. Now, I don't know where mobile phones come into this scenario. So what I'm saying is it cannot be true that they all want to dress up like in the 19th century and behave like in the 21st. There's something wrong.
Didier Lecoanet and Hemant Sagar began working together in Paris 38 years ago. A major survey of their globe and runway-spanning career was on view at Delhi's Bikaner house. The two worked together, drawing upon their Indian, German, and French backgrounds.
We actually structured it by forms and by colors. So you have the red enclave, and you have the beige and gold enclave, and you have the special effects enclave, and then you have the lingerie enclave, and then you have the semi-industrial enclave. So it's all these little things. It was all structured by groups of thought.
Didier Lecoanet is the design mind behind the brand's varied collections.
Lecoanet Hemant's woman, it's already eclectic woman in the term of she's a working woman, very intentional, open, and not like a bourgeois. It's not that. It's more like an active woman.
But I would also say it's the expat in India who is becoming a little bit Indian and says, okay, theek hai. It's a mindset, I think, because you can be young and act old, but you can also be old and act young.
The label hopes to bring the country's antiquated, nostalgic fashion sense into the present. From their more streetwear label called Jeans to their couture designs, modernity doesn't come at the cost of ethnicity, tradition, or artisan quality.
We don't do math, but we do multiplication. And the whole idea is that concepts today should not rely on a single artisan who's making a single garment, because he'll go haywire, because that's what makes it clean, hands and machines, not only hands. What I see is people making exclusive and beautiful clothes, but I don't see them making couture kind of clothes. I don't see them going into it's all signature styles which are different. So there, yes. I don't see people playing around, and I'm not worried about the Western style, I'm worried about the Indian style. And that's the Indian style is where I find it all goes very traditional into the same old thing, and I think that people are not renewing their own traditions.
For example, their clothing often draws upon that exact garment Lecoanet and Sagar say needs a change, the sari. Its silhouette can be found throughout their collections.
You know, sari is just a guide. The main idea comes from the sari drape, and we just exploit it in different manner.
This white one here, which is a couture piece, but it's very, very close to my heart because to me it has the construction of a sari, or maybe it's a negative sari, which means if a sari is a lot of volume and a covering, this is the same volumes but cut out negatively onto the garment, but you have the same folding element of a sari, which is the lower part of the skirt.
Likewise, they have designed the staff uniforms at Delhi's new Hotel Andaz, offering a chic upshot where one often expects unremarkable dress. Hospitality fashion, as Sagar calls it, is one way the label aims to inculcate fashion at all levels, and not just for those who seek and can afford couture. At the Lecoanet Hemant office in Gurugram, Haryana, light spills into each room of the modernist building, and designers work in the same building as the factory where the garments are produced. After nearly 4 decades of Parisian runways and spreads in vogue, Didier Lecoanet and Hemant Sagar have one unifying vision for fashion in India.
That internationalism is just a part of how we think, and we cannot think in any other way about India than that it will become absolutely international.
Srinia Chowdhury is a ceramicist who has a flair for creating a gossamer sensibility out of sturdy materials. Let's see how she does it.
Art did not only mean sculpture per se, or it would mean a lot of drama, dance, theatre, and painting, drawing, sketching, and so I decided to pursue art, fine art. I did not realize that sculpture is a lot of technicalities. The medium requires a hell lot of physical hard work actually. My works are mostly dominated with ceramics. Well, my work communicates about my state of mind, and I would say that my state of mind is a reflection of what I'm going through in my everyday life and what I'm seeing in the society. So sometimes it's a condemn or a satire towards the society, which was also dominated topic for my last series. And for the current series, I am a little more focusing on self, looking inside, introspecting. This work is from my series, Seeking Solace in Clay, and this is actually a picture of myself, my ego. If you see, it has an impression of a bullish kind of a figure. So it basically depicts how I feel about myself, my ego, but also I understand that ego is not the most important thing in life, and there is a lot of layers and a lot of textures, and I'm looking into my existence and where I come from. So where I go back to a lot of primitive features, figures and colors, the earthy texture, the earthy feeling. So basically again fighting with myself and my ego.
The weather's heating up, and so is India's art scene. Here are some upcoming events happening in the art world this month. Hyderabad, head to the Kalakriti Art Gallery to see Golden Womb, Dawn of Time. It's an exhibition of works by Seema Kohli. You can also find works by the artist on mojarto.com. Delhi, head to Gallery Articulate to see Hues and Clues, an exhibition of works by Sahaya Sharma. Sahaya Sharma's works challenge its viewers to push the boundaries of perception with artworks that encourage one to trace clues, conjure up narratives, and marvel at coincidences in all their possibility. Mumbai, Taboo Talks by the Dream Stage Theatre Company is on April 7th at Havana Cafe and Bar. It's a set of contemporary monologues bringing untold stories and delving into the hearts of shunned or unvoiced characters. Delhi, at the India Habitat Center is the Habitat International Film Festival, which is not to be missed. It throws its doors open to film lovers of the city with a 10-day celebration of the art of cinema. This year, the selection focuses on films making a mark in the festival circuit, unsettling standard expectations, winning critical acclaim, and fetching important recognitions. Does your organization have an upcoming event that you want us to feature on this space? Then write to us at onart@ndtv.com and you might just see it in our upcoming events segment. Mojarto On Art is going to take a quick break. Stick around.